are going to test delete user, which I'm hoping is pretty easy because all we're doing is calling the user service delete user method. All right, so let's start with our it statement. It delete user. All right, and we should call user service delete user method and return. What should it return? Let's go take a look at this. And it should return the deleted user. And return the deleted user. All right, so let's do async. Let's write out our arrow function. All right, so the first thing we want to do is do our input. So const ID is equal to, it's going to be a user ID, so we'll use 15. All right, and then let's make a user. Const user is equal to ID 15, name Callie Stosecup, username is going to be C Stosecup, email is going to be calliestosecup@gmail.com, and then we have password is going to be hashed fake password. And then this is going to be as a user, okay? Now we could have projects and all of that stuff in there, but we'll just do that, okay? So then the next thing we want to do is we want to mock our user service, delete user. We want to mock the resolved value, and we want it to be user, okay? Which it does not like. It says argument of type user is not, what am I doing wrong? Mock resolved value user. Okay. Argument of type user is not assignable to the parameter of type delete result or promise delete result. Okay, so obviously we are not doing this correctly in terms of what comes back from the delete method, which is good because we've been wondering that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say const result is going to be this. And then I'm going to say console.log results, and then I'm going to log the result, and then I'm going to return the result. All right, so now from here, what we're going to do is we're actually going to start up the npm run start dev. Oops. First, we're going to cd into the API, and then we're going to run npm run start dev, get our backend running. Let's comment this back in. Let's comment this back in. Let's comment this back in. So then let's do npm install. And then let's start the server again. All right, it's really not liking this. Cannot find node malware. So I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to start looking into this error. All right, so note that node malware version requires Node.js version 6 or more to work properly. Check your Node.js version. All right, so I'm going to do that. It's just weird because I feel like I haven't had this issue before I started moving on to testing. So we're going to say node dash version. All right, so 21.5, so we should be good. All right, let's go ahead and look at our node dependencies. And let's try to find node malware. Did node malware just not, it somehow got deleted. So let's try npm install node malware -- save. Okay, npm run start dev. Oh, we're not in. Oh, and we are all over the place. So I just installed no malware to my front end. All right. Get that out of there. So let's do cd API, and then we can do install node malware. Let's go take a look. All right, so now we have node malware in there. All right, so now let's run. All right, there we go. That took a very long time. I don't know how that got deleted, but I'm gonna run our test again and see. All right. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure out kind of the, let's go ahead, and now I'm on a rabbit hole. This is why I didn't want to do this, but it's all right. So we have mail service that we have to import here that we're not. So that was after task service. So I'm going to copy this and paste it. And then this is going to be mail service. And then this is going to be mail service. Okay. Then let's, after here, say let mail service deep mocked mail service. All right. Then let's do here, we're going to say mail service is equal to module.get mail service. All right. Now let's try to run this. All right, so we are having, all right, so now that that issue is fixed, I'm going to pull this over so we can have more. All right, in the auth service spec file, we are putting this in like this, so we change it to a relative path. All right, and we are doing better. All right, perfect. Okay, so now that we have that bug taken care of, let's get back to what we were trying to do, which is the deleting of the user. We want to see what delete user returns, okay? So what I am going to do is first I'm going to pull up my database, which is going to take a moment. I'm on my other screen. I'm trying to pull up my to-do list database so I can get a user ID. All right, so we're gonna pull this up. So it looks like 51 is a test user. Okay, so then I should be able to delete that. So now I'm gonna cd into my front end. npm install, because it's been a while, and npm run start. All right, so now we have that coming up, which is nice. So let's go ahead and log in, and my account is test, so I'm assuming my password is test2. Let us hope it is. All right, so now let's take a look. In our auth service, we are console logging our results. Let's open up our server, and we're gonna go to account details, and we're going to click on the delete account and then delete account. And delete results is just telling us raw empty array affected equals 1. Interesting. Okay, so then let's go ahead and we will write that instead. So we're going to say const delete result, and then we're going to say raw empty array affected 1. All right, so now we should be able to say users service dot delete user, and then we should be able to say mock resolved value should be delete result. And now it is not mad. So then let's kind of go, I'm going to pull this over now and we'll make this full screen. So const result is equal to await service dot delete user, and then we'll pass in the ID, and we expect the result to equal delete result. All right, so let's go ahead and run the test suite and see how we do. And we passed. Yay. All right, so now let's add our other statements. So we expect users service dot delete user to have been called, and we expect users service dot delete user to have been called with, and then let's pass in the ID. Perfect. All right, but now that we did this, and now that we know that a delete result comes back, I'm actually going to copy this. We need to go ahead and delete this, and let's just return the result again, and delete this line. All right, let's go ahead and run this test suite again to make sure the changes we made don't affect what's going on, and it looks like they do not, so that's good. All right, so now let's go into we want to test now our auth service spec. We want to look at our delete user. So here we're mocking that the return value is the user that we're deleting, but what we just found out is that what actually gets returned is going to be this delete result. All right, so then I'm going to put this in here instead. I just commented out the user because I want to run the test first. So this is going, in order to run the test, we're going to say source/user.service. I think we actually can just do that. All right, so now it's going to run those tests and delete user passes. So that is good. All right. So we feel good about that. I think we have in our other entities, this is tested as well. So let's go ahead and start that. Let's start that from the projects level. Okay, so we're gonna start at projects and then go all the way down to tasks. So we're gonna find where we delete. All right. And it shouldn't be deleted project, it should be delete result. And so we want to mock the delete result as the return value. All right. All right, so now let's run that. So this should be source/projects. Perfect. All right. So let's get out of projects. Now we can move on from projects to user stories. So let's go and find delete. Okay, here it is. All right, so we are going to mock return value delete result. All right, then we should be able to go in and run the user stories tests. And those are working. All right, so then now let's go ahead to, after user stories is, oh, we've skipped features. So let's do features. All right, so deleted feature should actually be instead delete results. So let's write delete result here. And then let's do, here we're gonna run the features tests. Perfect, all right. So then the last one that we need to do then is tasks. So let's find the delete. And that should be here, delete result. So then we should have delete results here. So then this should be task to delete.userstory.id and all right, let's try that. I did that really quick though, so I'm not expecting that I did that right on the first one, but woohoo! All right, so now that we have that fixed, we can move on to our next function that we want to test. So the next function that we want to test is get user projects, okay? And I think we'll pause here and continue that in the next video. All right, I'll see you in a bit.